My friend, success is never born in the moment of excitement. It is born in the discipline of consistency. Every dream, every vision, every divine assignment requires one thing: faithfulness over time. You cannot become great doing something only when you feel good. You become great when you stay committed even when you feel nothing at all. Consistency is the bridge between inspiration and transformation. Many people start strong. They begin with passion, with fire, with promises. But what separates those who finish from those who fade is not talent, not opportunity, not luck, it is consistency. The secret is in doing the small things every single day, even when no one claps, even when no one notices, even when the results seem invisible. Consistency is the foundation of lasting success because without it, talent and potential remain unfulfilled. Many people begin with passion, but few stay long enough to see the results of their efforts. It is not what you do once in a while that defines your destiny, it is what you do repeatedly, faithfully, and diligently that shapes who you become. Consistency is what transforms ability into achievement and desire into reality. It is the daily discipline of aligning your actions with your purpose, even when you don't see immediate progress. True success does not appear overnight, it is the result of countless days of persistence, when no one is watching, when applause is silent, and when progress feels slow. Those who understand the power of consistency know that every small effort compounds into greatness over time. Many people admire the results of successful individuals but overlook the consistency behind those results. They see the finished product but not the years of unseen labor, the early mornings, the quiet sacrifices, and the moments of fatigue that were conquered by commitment. The truth is, greatness is not an event, it is a habit. Consistency means doing what needs to be done not because it is easy or exciting, but because it is right and necessary. It is the steady hand that builds a future, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. You cannot build a strong foundation if your effort is seasonal. You must decide to be faithful regardless of circumstances. When you are consistent, you create momentum. Each small action becomes a seed that grows into strength, confidence, and mastery. It may not feel significant at first, but repetition builds resilience, and resilience produces stability. The person who is consistent outlasts the one who is gifted but inconsistent. Talent may open a door, but only consistency keeps it open. Success is not given to the one who starts fast but to the one who refuses to stop. Consistency also develops character. It trains your mind to stay committed, your spirit to stay focused, and your heart to stay patient. It teaches you that true growth is not measured by speed but by endurance. The consistent person learns to value process over outcome. They understand that the journey is just as important as the destination. Every day of steady effort refines them, humbles them, and strengthens their resolve. Without consistency, dreams decay. Vision without discipline becomes frustration. You cannot expect to reap a harvest where you have not sown consistently. Every goal requires maintenance. Every calling requires endurance. Consistency proves your belief in what you're building. When you keep showing up, even in the quiet seasons, you demonstrate trust, not in what you see, but in what you know is coming. You may not control the timing of your success, but you control your consistency, and that consistency determines how ready you will be when opportunity finally arrives. Discipline must remain stronger than emotion because emotions are temporary. But discipline builds permanence. Emotions shift like the wind. One moment you feel inspired, the next you feel empty. If your actions depend on how you feel, your progress will always be unstable. Discipline is what allows you to move forward when motivation disappears. It is the anchor that holds you steady when your emotions want to drift. The truth is, there will be days when you don't feel like working, when fatigue and doubt whisper that it's easier to stop. But discipline speaks a different language. It says, do it anyway. It reminds you of your purpose when your feelings forget. Those who succeed are not those who always feel ready, they are those who act regardless of how they feel. Emotions are powerful, but they are unreliable leaders. They are meant to be felt, not followed. Discipline takes control when emotions lose direction. It chooses consistency over comfort, and obedience over impulse. Many dreams die because people wait to feel right before taking action. But feelings come and go, purpose remains. You can't build a life of greatness by allowing temporary emotions to decide permanent outcomes. Discipline requires you to honor your commitments, even when the excitement fades. It demands that you stay faithful to your responsibilities, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. When discipline becomes your foundation, you no longer depend on external encouragement to stay focused. You stop waiting for perfect conditions and start creating progress through consistency. Every time you push past your emotions, you strengthen your willpower. Every act of discipline becomes a declaration that you are in control of your destiny, not your moods. Discipline is a form of self-respect. It means you trust your own word enough to follow through, even when it costs you comfort. There is power in doing what needs to be done whether or not you feel like it. That is where growth happens. That is where character is formed. Discipline teaches endurance, and endurance produces maturity. It shapes you into a person who can be trusted with responsibility, with success, and with greater purpose. Without discipline, every challenge becomes an excuse, and every delay becomes defeat. With discipline, even the hardest season becomes an opportunity to grow stronger. Discipline silences the voice of procrastination and amplifies the voice of purpose. It trains your body and mind to serve your vision, not your feelings. Emotions may say, stop, but discipline says, continue. Emotions may say, wait, but discipline says, now. Over time, discipline transforms effort into excellence. It molds your habits, sharpens your focus, and prepares you for success that lasts. Those who master their emotions through discipline rise above inconsistency because they operate by principle, not passion. Discipline doesn't ignore emotion, it guides it, channels it, and converts it into productive energy that fuels progress rather than distracts from it. Small daily actions create long-term transformation because true change is not born from one grand moment but from consistent effort over time. Every great achievement begins with a simple step taken repeatedly until it becomes a way of life. The person who learns to value the small things will one day handle the great things with wisdom and strength. Progress is rarely dramatic, it is often quiet, hidden in routines and habits that seem ordinary. Yet these ordinary moments carry extraordinary power when they are repeated with purpose. A single drop of water may seem insignificant, but steady drops over time can carve stone. Likewise, small daily actions have the power to reshape your destiny when done with intention and persistence. Many people overlook the importance of small steps. Because they crave instant results. They want success without the process, reward without repetition. But transformation is not about speed, it's about direction. Every small effort, every act of discipline, every moment of consistency adds another layer to your growth. You may not see the change immediately, but it is happening beneath the surface. Just as a tree grows roots before it bears fruit, you are being strengthened by the daily actions that seem unseen. Small daily actions are the foundation of every great life. Reading a few pages each day builds knowledge. Exercising a little every morning builds health. Spending time in reflection daily builds clarity and wisdom. These actions, though small, create momentum. Over time, they become habits, and habits become your lifestyle. It is the accumulation of these little choices that determines your future. Success does not belong to those who do everything at once but to those who do something every day. Every habit you practice either moves you closer to your purpose or further from it. That's why being intentional with your daily actions matters. When you wake up and commit to improvement, even in the smallest way, you send a message to yourself and the universe that you are serious about growth. The transformation may seem invisible today, but persistence guarantees results. Small actions done daily create discipline, discipline creates consistency, and consistency creates transformation. The most powerful people are not those who do extraordinary things occasionally but those who do ordinary things extraordinarily well every day. Every repetition strengthens your confidence and refines your skills. You become better without realizing it, simply because you chose to show up one more time. Transformation does not require perfection, it requires persistence. Even when progress is slow, you must remember that steady growth is still growth. Small daily actions teach patience and humility. They remind you that success is not an event to chase but a process to live. When you embrace the power of the small, you master the art of building something lasting. Greatness is not a destination reached in a day, it is the result of what you choose to do each day without quitting. Faithfulness in obscurity prepares you for visibility because the seasons when no one notices you are the seasons that shape you the most. It is easy to perform when the lights are on, but true growth happens in the quiet places where no applause exists. Obscurity is not punishment, it is preparation. It is the training ground where your character, patience, and discipline are refined. When no one sees your effort, you learn to work for purpose, not for praise. You learn to value process over recognition. The hidden seasons are where your foundation is strengthened so that when visibility comes, you are able to stand without collapsing under the weight of success. Many people desire to be seen before they are ready, but visibility without preparation leads to downfall. The unseen seasons teach you to depend on purpose, not popularity. They remind you that being known by the world means nothing if you are not yet grounded within yourself. Faithfulness in obscurity means doing your best even when no one acknowledges you, showing integrity when no one is watching, and giving excellence to tasks that seem insignificant. Every great person was once hidden, every great vision once invisible. The waiting season is not a waste, it is a divine classroom designed to develop the strength you'll need when doors open. Obscurity tests your motives. It asks the question, would you still do it if no one ever clapped? It reveals whether your desire to succeed is rooted in calling or in validation. Many fail not because they lack opportunity but because they lacked faithfulness when opportunity was small. The small responsibilities you honor in private become the preparation for greater influence in public. The habits you build in silence are the same habits that will sustain you in success. Faithfulness in obscurity also teaches you humility. It breaks pride before pride can break you. It teaches gratitude for progress and patience for timing. When you learn to serve with excellence in hidden places, you prove that you can be trusted with greater things. The one who is faithful with little will always be trusted with much. Every unseen effort is recorded, every private sacrifice is building your credibility. Visibility magnifies who you already are, so obscurity gives you the gift of time to become the person who can handle the stage without losing your soul. Those who rush into visibility without being processed often crumble under pressure. The applause they sought becomes the weight that crushes them. But the one who has been faithful in the dark understands how to stand in the light with humility and wisdom. The hidden season equips you with endurance, maturity, and perspective. It teaches you to depend on purpose rather than people. When your time of visibility comes, it will not define you, it will only reveal what was built in private. The unseen faithfulness becomes the unseen force that sustains every visible victory. Conviction, not motivation, sustains your journey because motivation is fleeting, but conviction is unshakable. Motivation comes from emotion, and emotions change with circumstances. Conviction comes from belief, and belief stands firm regardless of what surrounds you. There will be days when you feel uninspired, when results seem distant, and when progress feels invisible. It is in those moments that conviction carries you. Conviction is the inner voice that reminds you why you started when everything else tells you to stop. It is the force that makes you get up again after every setback and push forward even when enthusiasm fades. Motivation may start the journey, but only conviction will make you finish it. Motivation depends on how you feel, but conviction depends on what you know. When you live by conviction, your actions are not determined by moods or conditions. You act because you are anchored to a vision that is bigger than comfort. Conviction gives you clarity when emotions bring confusion. It gives you purpose when life gives you pressure. Those who rely only on motivation often quit when challenges arise because feelings cannot carry the weight of destiny. But conviction roots you deeply enough to endure storms without being moved. Conviction is born from understanding. When you truly know your purpose, you no longer need constant encouragement to continue. The revelation of your why fuels you more than temporary excitement ever could. Conviction gives meaning to sacrifice and value to discipline. It strengthens your will when your energy fades. You may lose the feeling, but you never lose the reason. It is that reason that becomes your power to persist. Motivation says, I will when I feel like it. Conviction says, I will, no matter how I feel. There is a quiet strength in living by conviction. It keeps you focused when distractions appear and steady when results delay. It gives you courage to say no to what is easy and yes to what is necessary. Conviction refuses to negotiate with fear, doubt, or fatigue. It teaches you to remain faithful to your purpose even when others do not understand it. The most successful people are not those who are always motivated, they are those who refuse to compromise their conviction. Their consistency is born from inner commitment, not external applause. Conviction transforms challenges into stepping stones because it allows you to see beyond the moment. When you operate from conviction, you realize that every struggle has purpose and every delay has design. You become more focused on growth than gratification. Conviction gives direction to your actions and strength to your resolve. It helps you stay aligned with your purpose in seasons of uncertainty. You don't depend on inspiration to move, you depend on your belief to endure. Conviction creates leaders, builders, and finishers because it anchors the heart to something permanent when everything else feels unstable. Endurance unlocks the reward of your purpose because every great vision is tested before it manifests. The path to fulfillment is never straight or easy, it is filled with challenges designed to strengthen your spirit and refine your character. Endurance is the quality that keeps you standing when others have fallen, the quiet power that allows you to persist through pain, confusion, and delay. Without endurance, dreams die in the middle of the journey. Every promise requires patience, and every purpose demands perseverance. The reward is not given to the one who starts strong but to the one who refuses to quit when the process becomes difficult. Endurance is proof of commitment, a declaration that your faith is greater than your frustration. Endurance means continuing to move forward even when progress seems invisible. It means believing in the outcome even when you cannot yet see results. Every season of waiting and every moment of hardship becomes a training ground for endurance. The struggles you face are not meant to destroy you but to develop you. Each obstacle teaches you strength, each setback builds resilience, and each delay prepares you for destiny. Endurance transforms pressure into preparation. It shapes your heart to carry the weight of success with wisdom and gratitude. Endurance is not the absence of struggle but the decision to keep going despite it. It teaches you to trust timing instead of rushing outcomes. It helps you remain calm in the storm, confident that what is meant for you will not pass you by. When you endure, you prove that your purpose is not dependent on comfort or convenience. You reveal the depth of your faith and the strength of your will. Those who endure are not stronger because they feel no pain, they are stronger because they refuse to let pain define them. Endurance also purifies intention. It separates those who want attention from those who are truly called. When the journey becomes difficult and the excitement fades, endurance reveals who is truly devoted to their purpose. It removes pride and builds patience. It reminds you that the process is as important as the promise. Many give up right before the breakthrough, not realizing that endurance was the final test before reward. Every great accomplishment carries a story of persistence that outlasted opposition. The reward of your purpose is never for the impatient. It belongs to those who have endured the long nights of doubt, the seasons of silence, and the moments when giving up seemed easier than pressing on. Endurance turns delay into development and struggle into strength. It is the unseen power that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. When you endure, you align yourself with the rhythm of growth. You learn that every hardship is temporary but the fruit of endurance is permanent. Those who keep walking, even through the valley, discover that the journey itself becomes the reward.